Welcome everyone to the Victorian Vault YouTube channel. Here we present you with the classical English novel and stories that will help you understand English better. Because if you want to learn English faster and more efficiently, then you need to learn stories, you need to listen to the stories, you need to understand the words as they are. So just listen to the whole story. It is very engaging, very interesting, and with time you will adapt and you will learn English eventually faster than before. We are presenting you the story of Pinocchio. Collodi's Pinocchio tells the story of a wooden marionette and of his effort to become a real boy. Although he was kindly treated by the old woodcutter Geppetto, who had fashioned him out of a piece of kindling wood, and he was continually getting into trouble and disgrace. Even Fatina, the fairy with the blue hair, could not at once change an ideal, selfish marionette into a studious and reliable boy. His adventures, including his brief transformation into a donkey, give the author an opportunity to teach a needed and wholesome lesson without disagreeable moralizing. Pinocchio immediately leaped into favor as the hero of Italian juvenile romance. The wooden marionette became a popular subject for the artist's pencil and storyteller's invention. Brought across the seas, he was welcomed by American children and now appears in a new volume which set forth his travels in Africa. The lesson underlying his fantastic experience are clear to the youngest reader but are never allowed to become obtrusive. The amusing illustrations of the original are fully equaled in the present edition, while the whimsical nonsense which delights Italian children has been reproduced as closely as translation permits. So let's start the story without skipping, and I will like to give you a few suggestions. If you find this video very long, take small chunks of this video. Do not try to listen to it whole, as it will tire you out and you will feel bored if you don't like listening to stories. So you need to start with little chunks of this video and then make it your habit to listen to the video, understand the words, and think in English. The first chapter, Pinocchio in Africa. Why Pinocchio did not go to school. One morning, Pinocchio slipped out of bed before daybreak. He got up with a great desire to study, a feeling, it must be confessed, which did not often take hold of him. He dipped his wooden head into the cool, refreshing water, puffed very hard, dry himself, jumped up and down to stretch his leg, and in a few moments was seated at his small work table. There was his homework for the day, 12 sums, 4 pages of penmanship, and the fable of the dog and the rabbit to learn by heart. He began with the fable, reciting it in a loud voice, like the hero in the play. A dog was roaming about the fields when from behind little hill jumped a rabbit which had been nibbling the tender grass. Roaming, nibbling. The teacher says this is a beautiful language. Maybe it is. I have nothing to say about that. Well, once more. A dog was roaming about the fields when he saw run out a rabbit which I don't know it. Let's begin again. A dog was running about eating, but eating what? Surely he did not eat grass. This fable is very hard. I cannot learn it. Well, I never did have much luck with dogs and rabbits. Let me try the sums. 8 and 7, 17 and 3, 19 and 60, 23. Put down 2 and carry 3 numbers. 9 and 3, 11 and 4, 14. Put down the whole number 1, 4. Total 413. Ah, good, very good. I do not wish to boast, I have always had a great liking for arithmetic. Now, to prove the answer, 8 and 7, 16, and 3, 21, and 6, 24. Put down 4. Why? It's wrong. 8 and 7, 14, and 3, 19, and 6. Wrong again. I know what the trouble is. The wind is not in the right quarter today for sums. Perhaps it would be better to take a walk in the open. No sooner said than done. Pinocchio went out into the street and filled his lungs with the fresh morning air. Ah, here at least one can breathe. It is a pity that I am beginning to feel hungry. Strange how things go wrong sometimes. Take the lessons, he went on. Listen, a noise of creaking wheels of well, ringing the voice of people, the cries of animals. Pinocchio stopped short. What could it all mean? Down the street came a huge wagon drawn by three big mules. Behind it was a long train of men and women dressed in strangest fashion. Some were on foot, some on horseback, some sat or lay on other wagons, larger and heavier than the first. Two Moors, their scarlet turbans blazing in the sun, brought up the rear, with spear at rest and with shield held before them. They rode along, mounted on two snow-white horses. Pinocchio stood with his mouth wide open. Only after the two Moors had passed did he discover the fact that he had legs and that these were following on behind the procession. And he walked until carriages stopped and all the people stopped in the big town square. A man with deep voice began to give orders. In a short time there arose an immense tent, which hid from Pinocchio the many other who had gathered in the square. All those wonderful wagons, horses, mules, and strange people. It may seem odd, but it is a fact that school bell began to ring and Pinocchio never heard it. Chapter 2. Pinocchio assists in welcoming the circus. That day the school bell rang louder and longer. Perhaps that it was to ring on other days. What of that? From the tent came the loud changing of hammer and sound of instruments, the neighing of horses, roaring of lions, tigers, and panthers, and the howling of the wolves, the beating of camels, screeching of monkeys, wonderful noises. Who cared for the school bell? Pinocchio? No, not he. Suddenly there was a loud command. All was still. The two Moors raised the 10 folds with their spears. Out came a crowd of men dressed in all sort of fine cloths, and women coats of mail and beautiful cloaks of silk, with splendid diadems on their head. They were all mounted upon horses covered with rich trappings of red and white. Out they marched, and behind them came a golden carriage drawn by four white ponies. In it was the big man with the deep voice. There he sat in the beautiful carriage with his dazzling hat and his tall white collar. He wore a black suit with a pair of high boots. As he rode on, he waved his white gloves and bowed right and left. The band with its trumpets and drums and cymbals and struck up a stirring march, and a parade such as the town folks had never seen before passed out among the crowds that now filled the square. The marionette could not believe his eyes. He rubbed them to see if he was really awake. He forgot all about his hunger. What did he care for that? The wonder of the whole world were before him. The parade soon re-entered the tent. The two Moors, mounted upon their snow-white horses, again stood at the entrance. Then the director, the man with the loud voice, came out, hat in hand, and began to address the people. I hope you like this video. We have covered two chapters of Pinocchio in Africa. We will continue to upload more videos of this novel. I would like you to suggest some changes or improvements in the video. I hope you will like this video, and if you like the video, do subscribe our channel so that we will continue to prepare such videos for you. And thank you very much.